Hello, everyone. Greetings, good evening, bienvenidos, and of course, I hope that you guys are doing well. I want to be the first to welcome you guys back to, you know, um, another episode of Figure Friday. It's that special time of the week where we spend some quality time together and we basically nerd out about all things figure, Funko, merchandise, memorabilia, related of all kinds, shapes, colors, and sizes. And of course, you best believe anything of that sort you're going to find right here on this channel. And now, we're not only coming at you live from YouTube and, of course, as well. We're coming to you live from TikTok as well. So again, I hope that you guys are doing well this fine Friday evening, and I do hope that you guys are keeping safe because, as you know, your safety matters, and so does your mental health. Okay, don't forget about that. Please don't forget about that. And yeah, but if you haven't already, please do me a favor. Go grab yourself something to eat. Go grab yourself something to drink if you want to, or like a snack if you like, because I want you to be as at ease as possible. Because as you know, this is a green zone. Everybody here is welcome, and of course, I appreciate everybody who is going to come through this evening. And don't worry about me. I had my dinner not too long ago. It was extremely good, and I'm so happy that I got to have it. Lovely, lovely. And it's just sweet tea. Okay, calm down. It's just sweet tea. Everybody, relax. I really don't dabble in the whole alcohol game, but that was my choice. Honestly, it was my personal choice. But yeah, go ahead and go have yourself. I'll be here waiting. There's absolutely no rush because I want you guys to be comfortable. Heck. That's good. Lovely. Oh yeah. And also, if you guys are working right now, please don't be getting in trouble because of me. I mean, I don't get me wrong. I appreciate you for dropping in, coming by, but please don't let your boss catch you while while watching me. Because I mean, again, I appreciate each and every one of y'all. Don't ever forget that, please. Or if you're at home chilling, I mean, hey, I still appreciate you. Just know that you are always welcome here. Fix that. Perfect. I think it looks good. It looks really good. You know what I'm saying? Looks really good. Okay. So let me be the first to say hello and welcome back for those who are just joining us on this fine Friday evening. Or if you're going to be watching this as a highlight, welcome as well. Now, I do wish that we could definitely be meeting under better circumstances, folks, because yes, it is a Figure Friday, and I'm so grateful to have you guys here, whether you're watching me live or if you're going to watch this as a highlight. I am extremely grateful, but apparently they really are going to pass the ban on TikTok, and it is expected to go dark on Sunday. So, I mean, some say that it's going to happen. Some say that we're going to get a little over 200 plus days. But I did catch what what they were saying, and apparently it is going to happen. Unfortunately, TikTok will be banned in the U.S. It is going to go dark, and I'm not going to lie, I'm very upset. And that's quite strange to me because, I mean, I really don't see the problem in why they're doing it. I need to know what's the end goal for, shutting down one of the most successful social media apps out there. Because I am upset, yes, because it's going to happen, but I'm mostly upset for everybody that's going to impact who have actually made the switch to become a full-time content creator, and they rely on TikTok. So I mean, that's going to hurt a lot of people. It's going to put a lot of people out of business. So I'm praying for everybody that you're able to handle it and that you're able to keep yourself going, because again, I know that it's going to suck, but I am praying for you guys. For those of you guys who rely on TikTok for a source of income, just know that I have your back and I appreciate you, really. Oh, Lord. Oh, thank you so much for the gift, Angel. Appreciate you. Oh my goodness, thanks so much for the likes. Welcome, welcome. I hope you are having an awesome Friday evening. Now, but we're gonna ixnay the bad times. We're gonna get into the nitty gritty of tonight. So, much like the strange things that are happening over, in the walls of Congress, we're actually going to be delving into a lot of some pretty strange things this evening. And the reason I say that is, because we're going to be delving into the world that's pretty much upside down, much like today's world, if you will. So, again, before the holiest moments, I invite you guys to please sit back, relax, kick your feet up, take a deep breath, because as you know, it's just you, me, and the merchandise of tonight. So, again, why don't we go ahead and get started? Oh my gosh, Angel, thank you so much for the roses. They smell amazing. Thank you so much for the 10 roses. You're awesome, and I appreciate you so much. Now, where is it at? Oh, okay. So first up, we are actually going to we're going to dip our toes into the cage of the beast realm to introduce our first guest of the evening, who actually made its debut during the very first season of an extremely successful series that, for some odd reason, surrounded the story of four teenage kids, and it all happened one night when one of their friends went missing. And of course, ladies and gents, give a big Wolfpack welcome to the Demogorgon. Yes, you heard me right, folks. That's right. The roaring, flower faced beast of the Stranger Things series has made its debut known this fine Friday evening. And oh my goodness, he looks massively cool. Okay. Oh, cool. He even comes with his own stand. That way I ain't got to worry about it. But there he is. And don't worry, thankfully, my apologies. Thankfully, we were able to successfully sedate and, heavily influence him to where he's not dangerous. I mean, yeah, his mouth is open and everything. So as long as we stay away from it, we should be fine, right? He bit me. Well, I mean, he didn't bite me, but his teeth are razor sharp. But I was actually able to study the creature. So I will be sharing its history with you guys this evening. So basically, what the Demogorgon is it was a predatory humanoid creature that entered the town of Hawkins, Indiana, in the year of November 1983. The creature seemed to originate from a parallel dimension known as the Upside Down. Now, when a particular young girl named 11, who was a child test subject from the Hawkins National Laboratory, who actually possessed psychokinetic abilities, made transdimensional contact with the creature, a gate between dimensions actually ended up tearing and opening inside that very lab, which actually caused this creature to set foot on our home plane, on our turf. And in which case, it began to hunt and kill not only the wildlife that surrounded the area, but also various local townspeople. And of course, the friends and family of the missing friend, Will Byers, one of the Demogorgon's victims, actually slowly began to uncover the truth about this creature with the help, of course, 11 and, of course, his other friends. Um, ultimately, the creature was actually defeated on its own home turf in a showdown with young 11 at Hawkins Middle School. And of course, how she did it was using her psychokinetic abilities to actually disintegrate the creature, but accidentally transported herself to the upside down world in the process, where she actually became trapped for not that long, but some odd weeks. So, well, I mean, because time in the upside down world, it actually works a lot different than time in the real world. Okay, let me get a swig here. Delicious. Thank you so much for the likes. I appreciate you so much, ladies. Samira, I see you. Good evening. Now, I did find out some pretty interesting facts about the little Demogorgon here. For example, did you guys know that in mythology, the Demogorgon is actually a god, or rather a demon, if you will, that's actually associated with the underworld. And I'm talking like underworld as in Hades, stuff like that. And another interesting fact is that, like 11, the Demogorgon is actually shown to use and have telekinetic abilities, although it's actually shown this existing ability only twice throughout, its short time in the series itself. Because yes, it's true, we did see two Demogorgons, but this one is actually the one that started it all. The whole Demogorgon trend and how it got onto our home planet. So that's why we're talking about this one and not the other one, which befell a grisly fate at the hands of a human with a sword. But that's best served for another time. Oh yeah, and probably the most interesting fact, it comes to us from not only Stranger Things, but also from the world of Dungeons and Dragons. Because in Dungeons and Dragons lore, the Demogorgon is actually a demon prince with two heads that actually strive to dominate one another, but are thus unable to do so. Now, what that has in common with this one in particular, it's hard to say, mainly because these are in the Stranger Things series, they're sentient beings. They don't travel in packs, they don't travel in herds, but they have been known to actually go up against each other when, of course, fighting for dominance. So in a way, it does kind of tie into it, but it doesn't. I don't know if that makes sense. I'm sorry, I apologize if it doesn't. Don't you bite me. I'm just gonna pick you up, little buddy. There we go. You just sit and chill right there. Don't go nowhere because I'm probably gonna need you here in a minute. Don't go nowhere. Okay. Oh, Lord. You guys good? Want to make sure you're good before we continue. Okay, cool. Lovely. Okay, so next up, we are actually going to be diving a little deeper into the upside down world to introduce a real, just big bad brain, if you will, who has actually been the one of, the torment in the city of Hawkins. Basically, the one who's been pulling the strings that give us one of the, finales, if you will, that ended on season 4. But don't worry. I just want to issue a spoiler warning for those of you guys who have not seen Stranger Things. I do want to apologize for this because there will be some spoilers. So, you're more than welcome to leave, vacate the premises if you want to, because I do not want to spoil anything for anybody. It's up to you guys, really. You're welcome to stay. You're welcome to go. I'll give you a minute to think. About it. But of course, while you're thinking, just understand the music that you guys are hearing, I own no rights to it. No rights to the beats, the lyrics, the images, none of that. I'm simply using it for aesthetic purposes, to help everybody chill. Okay, so I'm assuming that for those of you guys who have stayed, or if you're still watching, I'm assuming that you've seen the series, or you ultimately don't care, which again, I don't judge. Okay, now, so like I said, this particular individual is the source of torment in the city of Hawkins, Indiana, and of course for our 4 young heroes. So, please, ladies and gents, give me just one more big Wolfpack welcome to Mr. Vecna. Yeah, that's right, folks. That's right. The man with the killer left hand has also joined us alongside one of his pets. One of his many pets. Oh, that's cool. Hold on. I just want to show this to you guys because I barely seen that these were also on the inside of the boxes. These little backdrops right here. I think that's really cool. It's really cool, honestly. Really awesome. Okay. Now, of course, to the man of the hour. Oh, good. He comes with his own stand, too. Lovely. But there he is, folks. Vecna. Okay, Mr. V, just chill right there for me, right next to your pet. Don't worry. I'm pretty sure he's more afraid of you than you are of him. I'm just saying, I'm just saying. Now, his story it's a little bit different, because Mr. Vecna here is a fearsome humanoid creature aligned with the Upside Down. But ironically, he was actually human once because he had a very, very humble upbringing, and his name was Henry Creel. He was originally from Rachel, Nevada, who actually moved to Hawkins, Indiana with his family in the year of 1959. And with his parents, he was actually hoping that the change would help him sort of move on from his troubled past, if you will. However, after the Creels arrived at their new home, young Henry actually discovered he had developed a sort of special psychic and sort of psychokinetic ability, and he actually was motivated by that just that gut feeling of malig influence. I'm sorry. He actually used his powers to psychologically torture his entire family, and unfortunately, he actually ended up killing both his mother and his sister. And of course, as the fourth season actually progresses, he is ultimately revealed to be the ruler of the Upside Down, as well as the mastermind behind all of the events in the series that actually have terrorized the town of Hawkins, Indiana. But when we fast forward to the year of 1986, Vecna actually resurfaced, taking a more direct approach in his attempts to just completely obliterate and destroy humanity. And the only reason I say that is because he actually began to murder a host of Hawkins residents, torturing his victims with his curse power and using their deaths to sort of open a series of new gates spread out through the area. And when we follow Dustin, Nancy, Max, and the others, they actually begin investigating the murders, nicknaming the murder Vecna. Of course, that is, a nod to the character Vecna from Dungeons and Dragons, which, of course, ultimately the group's efforts actually defeat Vecna, which is culminated in a dual assault. Now, it is true that Eleven was involved. She used her psychic projection to confront Vecna one on one within his own mind. Now, while fellow friends Nancy, Steve, and Robin, they actually traveled to the upside down version of the Creel house to attack his real body. Now, despite getting into a very lengthy fight and heavily wounding him, unfortunately, the group could not defeat Vecna or stop him from furthering his plans to eliminate both Hawkins and the whole wider world altogether. Heck, duty at work. Oh, don't worry about it. Heck, I appreciate you for coming in. But since you made it in, I will be happy to show you once again the guests of tonight. So first up, we have this guy, the Demogorgon from Stranger Things. Okay, and we also have his master, Vecna. Thanks so much for the 2025. I seen it. Don't think I didn't see it, but I did. Okay. Now, I did find out some pretty interesting facts about Mr. Vecna here. For example, like I said, he was originally a human, and his name was Henry Creel, who had discovered he had psychic abilities in the late 1950s. I mean, yeah, at the time he was just a child, but it's the fact that he was able to discover his abilities at such a young age that made him such a greater threat later down the road. Oh, thank you so much for the roses. Oh my God, 21 roses. Oh my goodness. They smell amazing. Thankfully, they're not setting off my allergies. Oh my goodness, they smell so amazing. Um, okay. Now, another fun fact is that Henry actually transformed into Vecna after being banished to what was known as Dimension X, where he combined the life forms into sort of like a hive mind, if you will, much like let's say like ants or bees, if you will, because like bees or ants, they all followed either the queen bee or the queen ant, and in this case, that's what Vecna was. So he basically sent out his troops, like a general. Um, okay, and Vecna actually had many powers, including paralyzing others with his touch, casting spells, he could even alter the reality. He could make you feel like you're in an amusement park, and then all of a sudden it'll just turn to ash, just like that. Now, um, oh my goodness, my apologies. I love the hat. Oh, thank you so much. I just figured that since this is a pretty strange episode of the evening, I figured I could make it special. But don't worry, there's a very very good reason for it. Don't worry about that. Now, probably the most interesting fact is that his name Vecna, it actually pays homage to fantasy writer Jack Vance, who was actually the inspiration for the magic system in the Dungeons and Dragons board game. Now, I mean, me personally, I wouldn't be a stranger, or I wouldn't be opposed to learning Dungeons and Dragons because of the whole magics and dungeons, sword fights, all of that. Honestly, is that a variant cover of Tommy on the Wall? Which one is? Do you mean this one or this one? Because I got two of them. But or do you mean this one right here? Because like I said, I got a lot of them up there. I'm sorry, Rose. The White Ranger. That actually is it's like a metal tin frame with some artwork on it actually, but it actually is a nod to one of the comic pages that Tommy has shown or that has been made of him. I do see what you're saying, Rose, and yes, it is. So to answer your question, apologies, I kind of veered off there talking about Tommy. Goodness gracious. Filter to filter. Who's filtered? Well, oh come on, y'all. Don't be saying comments in the section to get them filtered. Come on now, be better. Thanks so much for the roses, Ma. Yes, indeed. Oh my goodness. Okay. Alrighty, folks. So now before we get out of here, I'm gonna go ahead and just end the YouTube stream real quick. So YouTube, for those of you guys who are watching, I will see you next week for another riveting episode. And as always, feel free to subscribe here, check these videos here, okay? And until next time, stay safe, stay awesome, stay weird, stay yourselves, and peace.